Hi guys, welcome or welcome back. Thanks so much for joining me. Today it is super exciting because we're up at Digitalab over in the northeast of England, which is basically my favourite photographic professional lab in the world. So what we're going to do here, and this is the best part, is we're going to follow around that image that we shot in the YouTube video a few weeks ago of the underwater shot of Beanie doing treat bobbing. I'll go ahead and link to the video above, but don't watch it yet. Open it in a new tab and check it out later. We're going to follow that image that we shot in that video, and we're going to follow it around the lab, around the factory as it gets processed, from printing through to putting it onto acrylic, over to framing, where it's going to be put in a frame which is all handcrafted, cut by hand, put together, and then we're going to watch it get finished and packaged, ready for it to be shipped off to its new home. Only I'm going to intercept it before it gets to that point. I'm going to put it in my car and take it home myself. I'm so excited to go through this process. This is like an episode of How It's Made, which is basically one of my favourite shows of all time when I was younger. Let's go follow this print and see what it's all about. And if you haven't already, go ahead and check out Digitalab. I'll put links in the description. They genuinely are my lab of choice. They've been my print partner for a few years now. They print all of our client work. They print all of the stuff in our studio. And I love the guys to pieces up here. So if you can show them some support, check them out. Please do. They do ship internationally, not just to the UK and Ireland. Let's get stuck into it. And in case you didn't notice, that is Blue, one of the puppies that we photographed a couple of years ago.
So at this point, we've already opened it in Photoshop.
Right.
Because blacks, even if you've got a monitor calibrated,
yep,
monitors tend to vary most in shadows and in the black and degree of black.
Okay.
So especially something like this, we'd have checked it in Photoshop, and I have actually tweaked the shadows
Thought you might have
to
done.
bring a little bit more detail out. Otherwise it was going to be a bit, this was going to get lost in there and it wouldn't have any effect. So that bit's already been done when it gets to this stage.
Okay, so all that's left to do at this stage is actually to press print.
Yep. So I've selected on the software the right profile on there, the right profile on the printer, and it's all sized up, ready to go. So I just need to press the print button.
Go for it.
Go, do you want to do it?
Oh, can I?
Yeah.
Can I?
So if you just, where's the mouse?
So just down here. Oh my goodness.
Click on.
I'm going to set it to print. Oh! So it's all warm up. This has already been obviously calibrated, everything's ready on it. So all that's left to do now is just watch it all come out.
Yeah.
Magic. So we've met the print. The print's come out. It's come from the printing part. We're now in the acrylic room, which is the most epic room ever. And we're with an expert in this. So what would you do when the print first comes and lands with you?
The first thing we do, we have to inspect it. I mean, it's inspected when it comes down, but we do it again, just to make absolutely sure. We've got a soft microfiber cloth here, which takes off any little bits of dust that are on there. The next bit, it then needs to be laminated on the front with an optically clear face mount film.
Okay.
And on the back with an adhesive film, so it can be applied.
Stuck onto stuff. It's almost like being laminated by like an old school laminator, kinda, but better.
It
like way
is
better.
on a much larger scale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with no heat, of course.
Exactly.
Oh, look at that.
So that will come out the other side. I'll let it drop down a little bit.
Okay.
Then we'll trim it off. And then we'll take it to the next stage. We make sure there's no bits of fluff, bits of dust or anything that when it goes on the acrylic, that would spoil it.
Might come up.
Now the next stage is actually attaching it to the acrylic.
Okay.
So now what we've done, the acrylic is very slightly smaller than the image. So there's a bleed all the way around the outside there. So we've placed that on the top. We then tack the front edge down. Just the front edge, like that. Then the exposed sticky edge goes against there.
Right, okay.
That sticks to the board. Then we will send that in. That's it. So it just nips the exposed bit
right,
that we did before.
So now you can control which part sticks and which part doesn't stick.
Yes. Right.
Oh, I'm scared. Oh, that's so good. Perfect. Cover back up. Let's protect.
Exactly. So the next stage, we get some black Foamex. And because we've coated the back of this, we can peel that off, put it on the Foamex straight away. That's why we do the...
double-side laminate.
Yeah, that's it. I shall just go and get some black Foamex.
Sure. Oh, that's a crackle.
That's it. So now we've got a nice
very clean
flush edge. We'll take the protective coating that's on the back of this off for the next stage when it goes through to be framed.
That's now ready for the wall art section, as in the part where they're going to make the frame for it to sit in.
That's right. In the framing section there, they will choose the frame, measure up.
Have everything put together.
Yes.
Thank you. Oh, I'm so
You're
excited.
welcome.
Can I carry this to the next stage? Am I allowed to do that?
There you go.
Okay. So, Felix is the answer to what happens next, apparently. I have this. I don't know which way round you need it to be. Which way would you...
Just that way round will be fine, I think.
So what would you do when it sort of first comes to you? Because at the moment, we actually haven't picked the perfect frame yet, I don't think.
All right, okay.
But we know what it's going to go into. So you'll know at this point, I would imagine, that it's going to go into which moulding, so Manhattan.
Manhattan tray frame, yeah.
And you've obviously got the piece. What would you do next?
Next thing, well, there's a number of different finishes in the Manhattan tray, but with it being an acrylic, we know it's going to be an exact size every time.
Okay.
So the exact size is in mil 762 by 508. So it means we can use the width and the gaps in the product to work out what the overall outside frame size will be.
Okay.
And that tells what size to cut the lengths on the chop saw.
Okay.
So
cool.
I've already worked them out.
Oh, you've done your maths?
Yeah, we've
Are
done,
you
we've
good
done
at
the
maths?
numbers
Because
there.
I'm really not. Oh, that's such a nice frame. Isn't that gorgeous? That is really, really pretty. But then that is also really, really pretty.
Okay, so I've got a couple of settings on this. So it's setting the furthest pin forward and the furthest pin back.
Okay.
There's a wedge driving blade underneath, which is powered pneumatically, controlled by that pedal.
Sounds terrifying.
So it's, oh no, it's fine. Perfectly safe. So I've got the stop and end point set up there. So half a press activates the clamp, keeps it nice and secure, so it can't jiggle and move around.
And that's so neat. You've cut that really well.
Yep, so then half a press to activate the clamp, and then full press. Let's fire them in there, and then it keeps a nice closed mitre, nice and neat and flush. So the two frames that were made should sit each other like that, like a glove, no rattling. So that's good, nice tight fit. So then from the back, there'll be a series of mechanical attachments via stapling to attach the inner and the outer frames, so it's nice and secure.
Okay.
And then since this moulding is a slightly different height to there, it just so happens that the gap difference is perfect for an acrylic print to sit in and just be set back a couple of millimeters from the front of the tray moulding. Yeah. So that
just neat.
So that it's protected. So that if it's lying down on like storage or transit or anything, the print's protected. Okay. Because it's not
up at the same height.
The tray is going to be touching the surface, and the acrylic's going to be set back slightly in the product.
Super.
So it'll be attached in, and there'll be a 5mm gap all the way around to give the floating effect in the tray.
Super. So exciting. Okay. We'll leave it with you. Get out of your way. I can't wait to see it when it's finished.
Right, no problem.
Thank you. Oh, look. The detail is crazy. Oh, I love the paper. It's like, there's like a metallic-y, just little tiny bit going through it. Oh, that's awesome. God, it's heavy. It's like a fish tank.
It's what you wanted.
It is considerably bigger than a real head in real life. So that's like, because her head is like actually like this big.
Yeah. But I think, when you had the idea of doing something like water where it's reflective like that and you wanted it.
We're looking at a tank. That's so cool. I love it. Love it. And I love the frame. Such a nice frame. Oh! So now we need to go and package it. So we're at the point where you actually make boxes for the artwork. So they're all almost made to measure.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Every single one, yes.
And so you know the size of my Manhattan tray frame.
Yep.
And you've got a box already kind of made, essentially, digitally on the screen.
The tray, yes.
And so all you have to then do is put some cardboard into this thing.
Set it away.
And then say go.
Yep.
Is that it?
Easy as that. There we go, all done. So what I'll do is I'll just fold these over and just tape it down so it stays in place.
Okay.
Because otherwise if it goes in the box it'll just keep doing that.
Keep on doing.
And it won't have the as much protection if it's just sitting in the box like that, you know what I mean? So when I put the tape on here, obviously it all stays out of sight so you don't see it for how it looks, you know what I mean?
Sort of hidden.
Yeah, there we go, that's all ready for the box.
Outer box is ready, insert's ready, put them all together.
Yes, let's go. So I'll just feed this in. And then should ideally just bend down like that.
Wow! Oh, this is fun.
If it doesn't work, you've just got to like sort
of that way.
Yeah, and then.
Can I do this one?
Yep, if you want.
Right.
Smaller size, normally the easiest one. There you
Just
go.
like that.
Yeah.
Then the product.
All ready for the product.
Which is over here.
Yeah.
So obviously you would normally be wearing gloves. Oh, it's so heavy. It weighs so much.
I'll take it off your hands then. And what I'll do is I just slot them
and
in
it
there.
should be a perfect fit, essentially. Look at that. It's like it was cut to measure, you know, made to measure.
Now I will give it a microfiber cloth
Okay.
and a care cord on this. And what I'll do is just turn it round and set it sides up in, and your handle should pop through.
Perfect. Oh, it's so heavy. The weight feels like pure quality though. Like if it was light, I wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
You know?
What I would never do is just drop it because it's really heavy. I just slowly let it go and then.
Fragile labels on.
Yep.
Everything is done. All that's left now, I guess, is for, well, you would usually ship this out.
Yep.
So this would go on the postage racks.
Exactly. So
to be sent out that day.
Straight on there.
What I'm actually going to do is steal that one and take it home with me in the car so I can put it straight onto the wall. But it would usually go off and on its merry way. And so that is the entire end-to-end process of a Manhattan tray frame with the acrylic finish from Digitalab, and I'm so excited to get that picture that we shot the other week straight up onto the wall at home in the studio. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please do hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and I'll see you again next time for another 5 Minute Friday.